It's okay. Hello, girls. I don't know exactly how to stand. I'll stand between you two. It's very nice to be here tonight. This is a very good situation for me, being... They said, do you want to come? I said, yeah. I said, what is it, though? No, it's a good situation for me because it is a group, a captive audience of over 100 girls and a few professors as well. I see you're a professor. Or a very old woman. No. I was looking around. I was kind of worried I was going to have some of my professors here, but none of my professors are here. So I don't have to worry. I'm a senior. I only have one more year of college. One more semester after this is completed. And so none of my semester teachers from next year are here, I hope. And so I don't have to impress anyone or worry about any grades. So now it's just going to be a free-for-all, I think. Yeah. It's an interesting time for you guys to invite me here, especially to the Zeta academic banquet. I am from the football team, that's why I'm late. And I don't know if you have heard, our university, unfortunately, has been going through some problems with academics. It's been a huge scandal. And she's laughing. It's really not that funny. No, it's been... In light of all of this situation, the Weinstein report came out. I don't know if you know what that is, but basically it's a comprehensive list of everything we did wrong, which is kind of mean-hearted, isn't it? And then, and also yesterday, a former teammate of mine went on the radio and basically got everything off his chest about what he had felt was wrong about football, academics, athletics. With that being said, it's nice to be here as a member of the football team to speak to you and motivate you about your academics. Yeah, so this is a demographic I've been trying to infiltrate for a while. This group. Atlanta, get off your phone. Are you live tweeting? Get off your phone.
I'm live tweeting you.
No, so I've had the opportunity to do a lot of really cool things this year, right? I've got to do some things that have gotten me, well, just by nature, I played quarterback here for the last 3 years. So by nature of that, I've gotten in with a lot of older men, to middle-aged to older men, because they follow football. There's nothing wrong with that, because if I live long enough, eventually, I'll probably be one of them. But I've also, my little brother, he puts in nice groundwork for me with elementary school kids. I have a nice kid following. Yeah, I got to be on ESPN, and then now all the guys that are our age, they know me. Like when we go out to bars at nighttime, they'll come up and speak to me, only at bars. They don't speak to me at campus at all, but at least they know who I am. And I even was able to speak at a ladies' function, the UNC Women's Football Clinic earlier this summer, and I did my best. Now, it was a women's clinic, but I didn't see any girls your age there. It was mostly older women. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but anyways, I worked my way into that circle as well. However, the whole time I've been trying to get with girls my age. There's nothing wrong with that, right? I've been talking to our PR guy. His name's Kevin Best. I said, Kevin, you have to get me on something. What are they looking at? Give me the cover of Cosmo. Get me on a cameo on Scandal, or at least, at very least, get me on one of the numbered lists on BuzzFeed that's on Facebook all the time. Because I know you guys read that. I want to be known by you, and now, whether you like it or not, I have infiltrated your consciousness, and it's nice to be here. So now, I guess, the reason I'm actually here is to talk about, am I making you uncomfortable? Stop right here. The reason that I'm here is actually to talk about academics, which I said earlier is kind of a silly concept. But it is a good thing, not academics. Academics is a serious concept. Me being here to talk about them, silly. What I think really, it takes academics, it takes one, it takes natural intelligence, and two, it takes motivation. One, the intelligence part, I imagine most of you, or all of you hopefully, already have in the room by nature of your admittance into this university. It's a prestigious university, as well as into this sorority, which is, I went on your website and did some research, and it said on your website you get into the sorority by being very good at academics as well as your contributions to the community. I'm standing here and looking at you. I have a hard time believing that somewhere along the line there's not some type of someone evaluating your looks as well. But anyways, you're in. You're in. You made it. So you're all intelligent. Professors all give you the benefit of the doubt that you're intelligent too. I hope you are. Two is the motivation. Now, unfortunately, tonight I haven't. They've asked me to motivate you. That's the premise of my appearance. But listen, I haven't been asked to motivate you to do something like easy. Like I haven't been asked to motivate you to eat or to sleep or to like reproduce. These are biological imperatives. That bit, come on, grow up. Listen, those are biological imperatives. Watch Netflix. All these things, you'll do those no matter what I say. I don't have to motivate you. I've been asked, I have a very tough task of motivating you to be good in the classroom, be good academically. And like even me, myself, I have a hard time as your speaker motivating myself to be good in the classroom. And so I said it'd be kind of hypocritical for me to get up here and just talk to these girls about doing good in the classroom. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm not bad. Listen, I do very well for myself. I have a 3.3 GPA here now in the semester. We'll talk about that after. But I would talk to you about something that I really did think was important, which is learning. That's the whole premise of academics. That's the reason you do academics, is to learn. And one of the best experiences that I've had is last semester I went to Edinburgh, Scotland for travel abroad. Has anyone in here traveled abroad? I did. I traveled abroad. And so when I went to Edinburgh, the reason I went, actually, I told you I played here for 3 years on the football team, and I was a quarterback. And it sounds really cool. Even if you don't know like about football, you probably heard about the quarterback. And so even if I wasn't the quarterback, I would have told you tonight that I was. But I never really got to play a lot. I only got to play a few times in the first 3 years I was here. And I was becoming really frustrated with it. I was becoming really negative about it. I was becoming I was starting to analyze my whole life. I said, why am I doing this? All the joy was sucked out of it. I said, this is not even fun for me anymore. I was starting to ask myself some really hard questions that you don't even want to ask yourself. Like, is this really what I should be doing with my life? Because you have to keep in mind, this is my childhood dream. I don't know what your dreams were as a child, but mine has always been to be a college football player. And here I am, 3 years into being a college football player, living out my dream, and I'm discontent. I'm not satisfied. And I had something like deep inside me. People say like, listen to your heart, or like, listen to your gut feeling. Keep in mind, your heart, it's just like a muscle that pumps blood. And your gut, I don't know what that does. It's all up here. But there is something to be said for like people using those cliches, because it's something deeper than your mind. It's a feeling, it's a thought process that's deeper than just what you go about on a normal day-to-day basis. And I was feeling it, that I needed to stop playing football. I needed to go away. I said, this game of football, I was being kind of critical, I said, it's really pointless. It's meaningless. It's arbitrary. It's just a bunch of really big people wasting all their time going around lifting weights and stuff and then running to each other, causing damage, concussions, leading to deaths that should be happening later. I mean, I was very critical at that time. So I went with this gut decision for maybe the first time in my life, because it went against kind of the social norm of what you would expect of someone in my position. I was blessed. I was a college football player. I was living my dream. But I was not happy, and I made the decision I was going to go to Edinburgh. And it turned out to be the best. I made that decision about 1 year ago today. And it turned out to be the best decision of my entire life. And in that year, I've had the best year of my entire life. And I think the reason is when I went to Edinburgh, I was placed in a different country, like an alternate reality almost. Because all the hoops that I jumped through every single day here, like, I had to go to class, I have to go to workouts, I have to go to this, I have to go to that, I had to call my mom at nighttime and tell her how my day went, even though nothing happened. All these hoops, they were gone. They didn't exist in Edinburgh. It was just me, a dreary downtown city, and myself. And it was a situation that I was forced to think about. And I had 6 months to do it. And thinking, isn't that kind of the basis of learning? Isn't that the basis of academics, really? Wandering, exploring, seeking. This is what I found myself doing while I was in Edinburgh. And I really had the best time of my entire life. And I wish that I could tell you how I learned it. But it would take a really long time. It was the course of this 6-month period that I had, which is an absolutely beautiful break and a wonderful life experience. I learned something that I have brought back with me and that is that people are important. You say, oh, you learned that people are important in Edinburgh. You had to be 21 years old, go to University of North Carolina, then go to Scotland, and all you learned was that people are important. Yeah. No, but it was like, I realized that everything I did that was so fun in Edinburgh, the places I went, the pubs I went to, I traveled around Europe, I went to like the Grand Prix in Monte Carlo, it has such a buzz, excitement around it. All these different things, and the one thing that I had in common at their core were that people were involved. There was a sense of community involved. And community, it's common unity, community, put them together. And that's every single thing. Right, but that was the core, it was the crux, it was the origin of everything that I enjoyed while I was over there. And I realized, I said, football's not dumb. Football is amazing. Now, if you look at it on the superficial level, on the surface level, yeah, football, yeah, you run into some people, you hurt your brain, it's whatever. You drink a lot before the game if you're you girls, or you don't drink because you shouldn't do that, whatever it is that you think. It's dumb if you think about it in that way, but I realized, no, football is a unifying game, or it's anything that unifies people and brings people together and creates some type of community. That's the best thing that you could ever have in life in general. And here I am in Zeta, a beautiful house, beautiful girls, beautiful professors, right? And look, you say, yeah, I'm beautiful. And it's the same thing. This feeling, it's a special feeling. It's a bunch of people together for like a common cause. And it sounds so cliched and hackneyed and trite, but the reason is because it's true. This is a very special thing that you guys have here. It's a very special thing that I have at football. Football is my Zeta, right? Okay? It's anything that you can have. Church, a club, a classroom. If you have a really great teacher, I hope some of you are in here tonight, that foster a community atmosphere inside of their classroom that's bigger than yourself. Being a part of something that's bigger than yourself is the best experience that you could ever have. And I learned that in Edinburgh somehow. And I brought that back with me. And I hope that it's been my motivation. You talk about motivating you. What can I motivate you on? Academics? I don't know. But I can tell you what's been motivating me this year. And it's been people. And not necessarily always just giving to people all the time, being selfless. No, I don't matter. I just want you to have this. That's not what I mean, because that would get old after a while. Then you want some stuff back. No, I just mean putting an emphasis on being a part of something that's bigger than yourself. That in itself is rewarding. You get stuff back from contributing and being a part of something bigger than yourself. So really, if I had to motivate you on anything tonight, I would motivate you on that. With that being said, they did tell me to come here and speak about academics, so I'll do a little spiel on academics. Go to class, especially if there's attendance, because I know from experience if there's attendance and you're not there, it will hurt your grade. Recitation is one of these places I found that you definitely will hurt your grade. Do your work, do your reading. Try to make relationships with your professors. Remember what I said, people are important. Make relationships with your professors, go to their office hours. If you can't make it to their office hours and you build no relationship with them, try to think of some type of way you could like hold an event or some type of banquet, like a month out of finals, that would like bring them into your house and you could really kind of schmooze them, but don't do it too close to finals because then they'll be suspicious. Do it like a month out. In fact, if you're going to do it, I would recommend doing it sometime this week. No, but seriously, no, really, that's really all I have to say. Thank you so much for having me. It's really been a great experience for me, obviously. And you guys have something really cool going on here because it is a community. It's something bigger than yourselves. I encourage you to continue to contribute in a positive way. I'll try to do the same thing over at football. And if you guys have any questions or concerns for me, afterwards, feel free to come up and I'll stick around approaching me and I'll be happy to take your phone numbers or Snapchats.